Are you a successful but a lonely woman? The truth that no one tells you about success is this: is the traits that build success. Self-reliance, independence can also teach you that needing people's unsafe. So you became capable, self-contained, focused, and suddenly alone. Not because you don't love people, but because you learned to function without them. This video breaks down what's behind it, what's helped you, and what may now be costing you connection. I'm Dr. Princess PharmD. Let's get into it. Number one, you had to become strong. You didn't choose strength because it sounded inspiring. You chose it because life required it. People disappointed you, some didn't show up, others underestimated you. So you stopped waiting, expecting, asking, and slowly, strength stopped being something you used. I used to lean into relationships a lot. Love first, success second. After a few heartbreaks, I remember telling my dad, I've tried everything soft, strong, and it still hasn't worked. He said, maybe you need to become someone who can stand on your own first. That sentence changed everything. So I became strong, stopped waiting, and started building. And it worked until I realized I became someone who didn't know how to need people anymore. Strength doesn't just help you survive, it can also remove your need for people. But independence was never meant to replace connection. If you're an ambitious woman trying to reconnect with versions of yourself you've abandoned in order to survive, I send one practical insight every week on healing hidden wounds, rebuilding connection, and becoming the woman you were always meant to be. You can join below. Number two, you stopped letting people show up for you. At some point, you let people stop showing up for you, not because they always failed you, but because disappointment taught you something. Do not depend on people. And honestly, that mindset probably helped you succeed. You became resourceful, self-sufficient, capable. But slowly, sufficiency turned into distance. You stopped asking for help, receiving help, expecting help. And before you know it, you build a life people no longer had access to. Hyper-independence feels safe until it turns into emotional isolation. Connection requires mutual participation. Number three, you started outgrowing people. Something else happened. You started changing, but everyone around you didn't get the memo. The conversations got smaller, your visions got bigger. You wanted depth, purpose, direction, and suddenly you were lonely in rooms full of people. Not because you thought you were better, even though you are, but because you were no longer the same. As I grew, something started to shift in me. The version of me at 18 and who I am now are not the same. At 18, I tolerated too much, stayed quiet, people pleasing, overlooking disrespect just to keep things smooth. But growth changed that. Family dynamics I used to accept no longer felt correct. Friends that I tolerated started falling away. Conversations didn't fit anymore. Not tense, just misaligned. Like I had moved forward internally, but the relationships didn't catch up with me. Outgrowing people isn't superiority. It's a misalignment with your old self. Not every relationship is meant to survive your growth. A quick pause because I don't want this to be misunderstood. I know I've been talking about change, distance, people falling away, but let me be clear. Being alone is not always a loss. Sometimes it's clarity. It's what happens when you stop abandoning yourself in order to stay connected. And yes, it can feel lonely, but there is a difference. Loneliness from self-abandonment and solitude out of self-respect. One drains you, the other grows you. If you're in that in-between phase, don't rush it, just understand it. Number four is you stopped believing people could understand you. At some point, explaining yourself started feeling expensive, not because you stopped sharing, but because it stopped working. You share your vision and get confusion. You explain your ambition and get doubt. You talk about your direction and get minimized. And after enough of that, you don't get louder. You just get quieter. So you started keeping things to yourself because being misunderstood became easier than defending your truth. You outgrow conversations you no longer can afford emotionally. I remember realizing something simple. Most of my deepest thoughts never left my head because I already assumed they wouldn't understand. And eventually, I stopped sharing. You didn't stop connecting. You stopped over explaining. Not everyone deserves access to your inner world, and that's okay. Number 5 is you mistook peace for isolation. I understand your peace. Protecting your energy is necessary. Cutting out chaos is necessary. Choosing yourself is necessary. But peace and isolation are not the same thing, because protection can solely become distance, not reaching out, not engaging, stop letting people in, where control starts to feel safer than connection. And I've been there. Boundaries so strong that Mother Teresa can't even come in. This isn't about lowering your standards. It's about noticing when protection becomes like a wall. Protection can quietly become a form of imprisonment. Peace should feel nourishing, not isolating. Number 6, you became so busy building a life, you stopped living it with people. You began saying, after this season, after this goal, after this milestone, then I'll slow down, then I'll connect, then I'll live. But the finish line kept moving. Suddenly, success became your compassion, and I'm guilty of this. Success was never meant to replace intimacy. It's not the wins that make life meaningful. It's the people we share with. You didn't do anything wrong. Most of it worked. It built you, protected you, made you successful. But not everything that helped you survive is meant to stay forever. What protected you that can isolate you now. This isn't about changing who you are. It's about recalibrating, knowing when to hold firm and when to allow connection. You were never meant to build a life you survived alone with. You were meant to live it. And if you're looking for more personalized support, I work with a limited number of women, one-on-one. You'll find the details below. Don't blame yourself for becoming who you had to become. She brought you here, but she doesn't have to carry everything alone anymore, because all of this hard work was meant to be shared. You deserve people, you deserve love, and you deserve a life just as connected as it is successful. I'm Dr. Princess. I'll see you next time.